It's the NFL on EA Sports, and it's a battle for bragging rights between Ohio's two teams. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Coming up next.
Along the shores of Lake Erie, the Dog Pound already in full roar. We welcome you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, glad to have you in the booth with us here on EA Sports. Greg, this is one of those intriguing matchups because we got a couple of quarterbacks, that most important position, trying to bounce back after seasons where injury derailed their hopes for a good campaign.
And it's just so difficult when you look back on each of these teams' prior season just last year. It's hard to separate how much of their up and down, how much of their struggles was because of the injuries at the quarterback positions, whether they were in the game or just battling through on game day, or was it the rest of the roster? Well, I think with both of these quarterbacks now being healthy and back to looking like their old selves, we're going to get a lot better idea of just how good the rest of these rosters are now that their two quarterbacks are back on the field.
This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
We're looking at one of the most gifted quarterbacks in the league, and really, Mike, it's not just post-snap with the arm talent and the ability to make every throw, but it's even what he's able to do before the ball is snapped. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. Remember, coming off an injury-shortened season just a year ago, he's looking to prove he's still an elite quarterback in the NFL.
First run of the game here for Chase Brown. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Now Brown. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. Throw to the sideline, well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Slot man in motion right. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he tries to get to the edge, but cannot do it. Good job by the defense. No gain. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Backs to his big tight end, Gesicki.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback, first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that first down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. He's going to have a Browns first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
A give to Ford on the zone read. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop. Second and 7. From the shotgun, here's Watson. Open man, and that's Tillman. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Everyone always assumes that you only want to run drag routes or crossing routes just underneath like mesh concepts against man coverage, but so often they're equally as effective against the zone. All it takes is one of those underneath man defenders to latch on to the wrong route, and all of a sudden there is a lot of room, not only for the completion, but for yards after the catch.
Just pushing guys away as he takes this forward for a gain of 7. Here's second and 3 to go. Once again, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Watson going to give it to Chubb. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a second and 3 forthcoming. Back to throw is Watson. A quick slant, looked in by Moore.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Up the middle, here's Ford. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. A couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. To the outside, a catch made by Moore. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They bring Judy in motion. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Watson. He'll get that into the hands of Nick Chubb. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
Anytime it's 3rd and short, you better account for the running back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what they do here. Great job by the defense, taking him down for a loss. Brings up 4th down.
4th down, Dustin Hopkins now for the Browns field goal. This a 44-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good, and the Browns will take a 3-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bengals offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Burrow now. He'll get this out to the left flat, and he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. Crochet to return it. And And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense ready to take over for their second possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. Watson. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
Now Watson keeping this on the zone read. He's going nowhere. Gonna lose yardage on that play.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
From the shotgun, a give to Ford. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Here's a 3rd and 10. Watson to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy. And he will go all the way. Jerry Judy. Touchdown, Cleveland. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Browns are out to a 10-0 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosivas. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Here's Brown. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Gesicki, the man in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
On gain of 19 yards. First down, Bengals.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. Now he takes off. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Throwing is Burrow. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now, Burrow. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Now, Burrow. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. Burrow to throw. Good blocking, and he's in. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals are on the board. It's 10-7. The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touched back, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we hit halftime here in Cleveland, and the Browns are in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. The Browns were given a solid performance in that first half from their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. He had a touchdown pass in that first half, helping his guys to a halftime advantage.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Browns offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Back to throw is Watson. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Backs to the open man, it's Tillman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
Here's 1st and 10. Running is Chubb. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. It'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Third and 5. From the shotgun, here's Watson. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That is Trey Hendrickson, the veteran, in there to record the sack.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
So on 4th down, the lefty Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. And this is as good as you could possibly get. It's out of bounds, and it's marked right at the 1-yard line. Well done. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They're going to motion the tight end over here. A carry here for Brown. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. On the ground, it's Brown. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll run here with Brown. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Burrow fires quick to Higgins. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. complete. It's Yosiva. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's a Cincinnati 1st down. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Well, they weren't going to get him the 2nd time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. He's going to run it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They bring Chase in motion. On 1st and 10, Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Powering forward. He's in. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
McPherson now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Bengals are on top. It's 14-10.
Browns 10.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Pierre Strong on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Watson. To the left side, he's got Njoku. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. That's taken in by Chubb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Now he'll run it. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. A run straight ahead, that's Ford. And he's going the wrong way, dropped back at the 7.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Big play coming up. This is third down. Watson to throw. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Jerry Jeudy, touchdown Browns. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
And this is where it pays to have a strong arm to throw this sort of outbreaking route, Mike, towards the boundary in tight coverage. You got to have a lot of faith that you're going to get that ball there. If you're a little late or this ball is underthrown, it could result in a pick 6 the other direction. Instead, he fires it and he puts it on a line, and the result is a touchdown.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with first and 10. Burrow. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
There's that man again. Another catch. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Taken in by Gesicki. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Good work after the catch. They gain 19 yards and a first down. Gesicki, the man in motion. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's second down and 3. Now, Burrow. Got his man at the 6. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as the tackle's made at about the 5-yard line.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Burrow. And he's in. Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Cincinnati. On is McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bengals move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here comes Ford on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and quarterback Deshaun Watson getting set for their next drive. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. Here's first down. Here's Watson. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Second and 6 coming up. Here's Watson. And he's near the first down, stopped a little short of the 40.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
The game hanging in the balance and a critical third down. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Watson. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Looking deep here for Tillman. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one, a win for the visiting Bengals. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.
notification. 55.